Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Keo, and today we're going to talk streaming services for DJs. And I know I talked about this before, but we're gonna expand upon it. Anyways, before we even get into that, please like and subscribe. Hit the comment section down below. Help boy out with the algorithm. If you want to support the channel as well, you can buy something from teespring.com. Link is in the description. Got some cool shirts in there and some new designs coming soon. Also, if you have no money and you're absolutely dead broke, you can support the channel by just letting the ads play. All right. I've I've made a couple of videos with my thoughts on streaming services and the like. When I say streaming services, I am talking about Tidal, Spotify, Beatsource, the whole gambit. All right. I am not a particularly huge fan, but I understand this is the future, and so being as I'm on the cusp of all the future things, I feel like you might as well get ready now versus when it's too late. And let's be real here. There is a lot of benefits to using streaming services over just downloading everything and putting them in your library. First of all, you cannot deny the convenience factor and the factor of, well, you don't have to chase down songs 9 out of 10 times. Actually, almost 10 out of 10 times that song is in the music library. So one of these streaming services has the song you're looking for, and you know what? I'm gonna flat out say this. All right, it is almost becoming pointless to support DJ pool. We're at that point right now where what's being offered in the streaming services, Tidal, Beatsource, Spotify, and all this stuff, is on par for the most part. And I have to say, for the most part, streaming services has good things like they have a lot of remixes. They have different versions of the songs. They do have radio edits for the most part. I'm gonna get into my other beefs in a second, but like for the most part, they do have radio edits for a lot of this stuff. So the basics of what you need as far as the top songs that are played in the country, the basics are here. Outside of that, so now people go to the DJ pools because there's a specialty remix. There's a 8-bar intro to help you mix your songs in. These kind of things streaming services don't have, or they don't have enough of. So, that's a huge factor. If you're the type of person that needs that extended intro, or you want that extended intro rather than, because a lot of these songs just start. You gotta scratch them in or whatever. So if you're one of those people that needs this stuff, then the streaming services is not there yet. I would say Beatsource is looking into that kind of stuff, and because it's run by DJs, they do so. They're trying to cater to these types of issues that DJs have, and like the extended intros and that kind of thing. I think Beatsource does a better job clarifying the clean version and dirty version of songs than Tidal and Spotify for the fact. I'm adding Spotify into a lot, even though I think SoundCloud is probably more important than Spotify. But you can still use Spotify to create your playlist and to figure out what your song selection is going to be and to discover music. So like Spotify still has its uses. I kind of alluded to it earlier, but I definitely think that we are there. And if you are not on a streaming service like Tidal or whatever, I don't think you need to get on one. I got to be honest. You're wasting your time and you're making your life harder than it should be. Now, to be fair, we're not made out of money and a lot of people aren't working right now, but I think that there's benefits from the curating playlists and that kind of stuff. It's just handy. If you don't want to sit down and discover music the way you've been doing, I it's a lot easier to discover music back in the day when you were all getting it from your one place, but, there's so much music out there that we don't know about, and you could be on top of everything. You could work at a radio station, you could follow Billboard charts, you could do all of that stuff and still miss a ton of music because there's just so much music out there right now, and so that's why I say, like, these kind of streaming services, they're helpful because they can cover these kind of things. People have different types of playlists with brand new songs, and it's the combination of new music, alerting you to new stuff that's coming on the platform, and just compiling it for the listeners. And the thing is, too, pretty much everybody is using the streaming services today. So, a lot of these playlists that everyone's super excited about it are using are the same playlists they're going to go to for requests or to discover what's the for you to discover whether the hot new song is or whatever. Uh Now, is it cheating? Yes, probably. And I say this fully behind a wall of records, but I mean, DJs have to roll with the times, and this is one of those things where I think we probably need to be looking towards the future than not. Now, I've been a huge critic of streaming services, and the number one reason why I don't like them is because music can be pulled from you at any given time, and you do not have these songs downloaded to your laptop or to you know, your SC 6,000 or your Prime 4. Like the music isn't download. Everything's still in the cloud. So if you have internet troubles on a gig, you're in trouble. Like your day went from bad to worse if you have internet trouble. I've DJ'd at spots that uh internet is sketchy at best. Like I've DJ'd at spots where I had to go across the street with my laptop just to download a song off of iTunes because I couldn't get it inside the venue. Like that's kind of places that I played at. And and I've done boat cruises like that too. People don't understand. Like for the DJs who don't do boat cruises, internet is spotty at best. Everybody's got their phone in the air like this for a reason because internet sucks on the boat. And if there's like 400 people on the boat, there's 400 people using the internet at the same time. It is an awful experience DJing on the boat trying to get music off the internet. And I've done it and I don't suggest it, all right? So this leads me to my number one biggest problem with the DJ streaming services and the shining bright star, which also has other big holes and bigger problems with their system. We need to be able to download the music onto our laptops, onto our gear. We have to be able to download it. Depending on the internet is a terrible idea. If you're in a club, depending on the internet to get your songs to do your set is a terrible idea. You couldn't make it a worse idea. While you're in your house, while everybody's in their house and you're using Tidal or whatever to go play your songs and your internet pipe is robust. Cool. When you're in the club and you're trying to get these songs, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Um, Beat Source had a solution. Well, no, let me just preface this. Pulse Locker had a solution, and then was defunct because nobody wanted it because it didn't have the music they needed, and they sold it to Beat Source or Beatport, and Beat Beatport converted the Pulse Locker idea, but it only works on record box, and it's only 50 songs. So while I'm giving this ringing endorsement for the time being about this thing, I'm suggesting we put pressure on these companies to have a locker system for Tidal, for Beat Source, and for Spotify and this other stuff. Because if you can download the songs to your phone or to your laptop with the app, why can't you do that for the DJ platform? I'm paying for the songs the same way. We have to get the license issued the same way. I don't I don't see what the disconnect here is. It would just make more sense for you just to do it like this and let you have access to the songs. Now, I don't know if we need a letter writing campaign or you want to send this video to them and tell them to get their act together. You would have more customers if you did. I don't know what you need to do. You guys figure that on your end, but we need to put pressure on these companies to have a proper file locker system. And I think honestly, I'm talking 500 minimum to 1,000 songs minimum. And see, the 50 song thing or the 100 song thing for $40, whatever it is, doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I want to use this stuff in a pinch, and that's the only way I've been using it so far, in a pinch. For me to switch over and make this my main source of music, I need a file locker, and I'm never gonna do that until I do have it. And I know a lot of DJs feel the same way. I just play too many places where I can't, I do not want to depend on the internet. And I've had issues with my phone trying to get on the internet, setting up the your file sharing thing. Like it's just a mess. The whole system's a mess. I don't want to deal with that. Honestly, I don't wanna deal with that. And I'm not gonna go get a hub or an internet hub or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not spending more money in the system. Fix the system. Add more songs to the file locker thing, and then we're all cooking with grease here. I would suggest for Tidal, Beatsource, and SoundCloud, and all these other companies, extended versions of the songs. Extended versions of the songs is a must. Put it on there. Now, here's the issue, and it's not lost on me, all right? The DJ pools make the extended versions of the songs. Like back in the day, I could buy a 12-inch, and the 12-inch had a long version, but generally the record companies today are just sending you the regular version that's on the radio, and you get radio and a dirty version. That's it. That's all you get. And so all of these DJ pools have been doing their own heavy lifting and fixing this thing themselves. Fortunately, we have stuff like the Serato, the loop thing, and record box that edit, but that doesn't, those things don't work on any kind of streaming service. They can only work on songs that are downloaded into your computer. So here we are. So this is my message to the streaming services. File locker. File locker. 500 songs minimum. Absolutely 500 songs. Second thing, extended versions for songs, extended versions for mix, dance, pop, hip hop, whatever, reggaeton, the whole nine yards, extended versions for these songs. Now, what you can do, and I would instantly pay it. Yes, I pay for DJ pools. I paid for multiple streaming services at one time. I would pay a premium if there was a higher version of this thing, which was a higher quality song, and it had extended versions of the mix and the file locker. I would pay a premium. $20 extra, $30 more. Okay, cool. Whatever. That's fine. I would pay that. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else. So I'm just gonna say, if you're watching this, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about that. Would you pay extra for the file locker and extended version of the songs? I would personally. I think it's worth it, and it make it balance off with the pools and stuff like that. Now, I don't want to kill the pools off, and only honestly, the fact that the pools have these things plus the edits is the thing that makes them still valuable to this day. Now, if the streaming services are adding these sense in their head, they would be like, "Oh, we got to work on this," but they don't. So, I mean, it is what it is. So those are things that I will look off the bat. I like Title. I'm not gonna lie. I like Title. I've been using it. Um, it has all the I was looking, like, I was trying to stump it looking for obscure songs and that kind of stuff. And I was able to stump Beat Source, but a Title, like, everything was there, same as Spotify. And SoundCloud is, it depends, but I think for basic DJs out there, I think that all the services probably have everything that you need. Outside, like if you're looking for obscure jazz song, maybe you may have some issues, but I think honestly, for the most part, everything's pretty much there and it's not an issue. The way I look at it is these things have issues. They could be better. I think that the file locker solves all of the problems for all the streaming services, all of them, just flat out. Even if it had less songs or was missing stuff, File Locker fixes that. Listen, I understand. We are in 2021. I understand. And it is an absolute dream being able to get these songs off the cloud instantly. Like that's a dream. The File Locker thing is a sticking point for me just because of my experience. For other people, it may not be that big a deal. And I don't want to repeat myself, but so as far as all the services, I'll say this right out. Tidal is amazing. Spotify is amazing when it comes to songs. SoundCloud is really, really freaking good. And Beatsource is good. And I'll say Beatsource is good and not really good because they're still building and they're not these guys have been around for a couple years, whereas Beatsource is fairly new to the game. And so they're getting their sea legs underneath them. So it's not a knock on them because I'll say flat out, unless you're looking for obscure, weird, random songs, everything you're looking for is going to be on the library. And they're fairly quick to put the new songs in there and that kind of stuff. So I have one issue with Beatsource in addition to the file locker thing, the size, not the file locker. One issue is that I do not like the search on Beatsource on the website and on the actual uh on your laptop. And it's an addendum to my mini problem is that there's mobile apps for all of the other streaming services where you can download and organize your music on the fly. Beatsource, you basically have to use the website on your phone, which works, but it would work better if it was an app. So there's that. For me, not that big a deal. Uh, I I've used Beatsource. It's fine. It's just fine. I think it's a matter of preference. Uh, I support Beatsource primarily because this DJ is trying to do the right thing, and when they get there, I'm going to be with the pom poms. I'll wear my Beatsource shirt, my Beatsource hat. I'll put Beatsource on all of my records behind me, and I'll be on the pom poms when they get there. They're almost there. They're really close. But these other companies have a little bit more time than they have, and they have less resources than the other guys have. So I mean, to be fair, but like I support the DJs doing DJ things. So I'm biased on that part. But so my issue with Beatsource is that it doesn't have the app, and the search is so to okay. Eventually, I'll find it, but I won't find it as fast as I would on Spotify or Tidal. And I think they have just a little bit more resources to work on their search system. And that's a sticking point for me. It's not that you can't find anything, you just find it a little bit half a second faster. It's a little bit faster. Like the downloads on Beatsource is quick. I think they just to retool their algorithm and they're good to go. So to recap and roll this sucker all together in a nice tidy bow. Spotify has more songs. SoundCloud has the second most songs. Tidal has the third most songs. Beatsource is coming in the rear, but they have enough that it won't matter and you won't notice it. Spotify, Tidal, SoundCloud have apps. Beatsource doesn't. Beatsource has extended versions of songs that these guys don't, and some remixes that these guys don't. Edits are a little bit easier to find on Beatsource versus the other guys. All of the systems are the same for the most part, minus the app or whatever. Like I honestly, if you're looking for this one's better than the other one, they're not. They're pretty much the same. There is one thing in particular that drives me crazy about all the apps and all the streaming services. And it literally annoys the hell out of me. And until it's fixed, I don't think it's something on their end. I think it's something that the DJ platforms, Record Box and Serato and DJ and Virtual DJ, they have to fix on their own. When you download a song, you have to have it in this little Beatsource, Spotify, this title, whatever area. And this thing cannot move outside of this to your main playlist. I need these guys to fix this now. It is so annoying knowing that I gotta mix my songs here and I got my playlist, whatever, whatever. I want to add a song, but I have to keep it in this isolated little area. I think this is next to the file locker thing. That is my biggest sticking point about the issue with these streaming service platforms. Now, if they can fix that, we're cooking with grease. File locker, we're cooking with grease. But like that fact that you cannot move these songs outside of this, whatever the title, whatever playlist thing, that little folder, that you can't move your songs outside that folder into another folder and put them in your other playlist or whatever. The fact that you can't do that drives me crazy. I hate it so much. Now, if there was uh some kind of app or some kind of service that each of these things had where it could look at my playlist and just boom, automate a title playlist inside of the title folder. Okay, cool. Like if you could migrate my playlist that I have here into individual title playlists down there, that would be awesome. If you could do that, okay, all right, I'm a little bit more willing to deal with that little issue. But the fact that everything is separate drives me crazy. And when you start using this stuff, it's going to drive you crazy too if you're not already doing it. You know what? Leave a comment below and let me know your pet peeves for using these streaming services. Uh, I like them, but they have issues, man. They have a lot of issues, and they're almost there. They are literally almost there, and it's a little bit of help, and they'll do it, and then we could be all like, "Let's go, 2021, let's go." But until then, use them at your peril. Uh, I definitely don't think they're there yet. For your song titles, they're there. It's fine, but for that the file locker and not being able to separate these songs outside the playlist, I can't in good conscience recommend them the way I would for any other type of thing like that. Uh, I still think we're probably at the DJ Pool level because when you think about it, DJ Pool is basically file locker and Tidal or Spotify all wrapped up in one thing. But you own these things. And if you stop paying for the DJ pool, these songs don't go poof and disappear. So I guess I undid my whole entire argument. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this thing. I think I rambled long enough. I wanted to make a video about where we are with this stuff. I think it's usable. I wish it was better. The two sticking points drive me crazy the most, but most people probably won't care. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you have it? Do you care? And yeah, leave a comment. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and peace out, business.